The customer journey does not start when someone becomes a customer. It starts far, far, far earlier. The first being awareness. Awareness is when people first get to know who you are. Now, as business owners, we need to accept that we are playing in a digital world. We're playing the game of digital creator, whether you like it or not. If you're a service-based business and you are unprepared to create content and get people aware of you, it's going to be a very big uphill battle to eventually get people to purchase from you. So it's about first knowing those like customer interaction points and what you can do to optimize them. So it's the best analogy I can give here is being the 50 Cent of the customer world. So 50 Cent, when he was building out the Power universe, he's publicly stated that from the very beginning, it was a plan to turn this into a universe that could have different offshoots of different series that would allow him to monetize so much more rather than just one series being Power. The plans to pull out Ghost, Force, and Raising Kanan, all these things was an initial plan from the beginning that would allow him to understand that his customers would buy into one character, they would also buy into all the rest. So we need to know, like, how do we first do that? What is the end outcome here? What is the plan? Obviously, as a service-based business, we want to try and get people to purchase our product or our service. So we need to know what those interactions are early on in the awareness piece. Not only your interactions, but the customer interactions. What are their actions in general? Do they get to your social media page? Do they like A, B, C posts? Do they only read posts? Like, this is going to come down to your demographic in your market. But you first need to audit that. And the first and very best place to start is with your customers. How I would do this, send out a NPS, a Net Promoter Score request. So this could be hosted through Typeform, Jotform, any of the form submission places that you use to gain data. Doing something like that, but asking very strategical questions, such as, where did you first find me? How did you first become aware of me? What post was it? Do you remember? Was it a nutrition-based post, a training post, if you're in another industry, was it a brand-based post? Was it a web development post? Like, understand exactly what drew them in. And the unfortunate thing here is never going to be just one thing. It's going to be multiple things. So it may be worth like layering in questions that allow you to grade where they see importance, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how important to you is this type of content, or this type of content? That will give you a little bit of a framework as to where you start to gain customers. A really good place to also understand this is if you are using, and if you're not using, Typeform, if you're listening, sponsor me, because I tell everyone, you should be using some sort of like lead acquisition funnel, and Typeform is a very good one. It's what we use, and it's what we have used for, ever, to acquire the best data. When it's done right, you can start to leverage your form acquisitions or your form pipelines to tell you what content is driving more awareness. And how you do this is looking back at the insights, going day by day and seeing what your traffic rate was when you posted any given thing. So if you see that your, general traffic is 100 visits per day, if you can find a point where there is a height, there is a peak, maybe start looking back at what content was posted on that day, both on stories and in main feed. It'll give you an idea of what's content starting to drive click-through rates. It's just a little bit of a hack on the front end that will allow you to try and create better content that draws people in to do the thing you want them to, which is convert into paying clients. That being said, though, don't get too lost in that noise, because we do still need to make sure we're creating content that doesn't just drive click-through rate, that exclusively drives awareness and ultimately virality. If you're looking for a rule of thumb, maybe aim for 30% of the content that doesn't drive click-through but just drives awareness. Nonetheless, we need to understand your opportunities or business processes that you can take when people first become aware of you. What quantifies someone as aware? That may be a follow, that may be a like, but my suggestion here is find something that you do when you qualify someone as aware. Okay, that could be DM, that could be follow back, that could be like a couple posts, that could be send them individual free asset. There's a lot of options for you, but you first must start with a process that you take when someone becomes aware of you.